Alright, what is up my dudes? Today we're going to be doing another album v album, and this time it is a classic new wave of British heavy metal band, Saxon. In 1980 they released Wheels of Steel first, their second record, and then followed it up with Strong Arm of the Law, their third record. Wheels of Steel came out in April, Strong Arm of the Law came out in November, and I actually didn't know these came out the same year until I was kind of researching ideas for a video, so pretty interesting. First and foremost, let's start with Wheels of Steel. This is probably the record that kind of broke Saxon, kind of got a lot of people into him. Wheels of Steel is probably their most popular track. It closes out most of their shows as far as I know. And it also has a 747 Strangers in the Night. Absolutely fantastic song. So freaking good. But it also has Motorcycle Man, which Metallica famously performed with them. And it also has Susie Hold On, another huge Saxon song. So Wheels of Steel is a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big album. And then they followed it up with Strong Arm of the Law, which also features a lot of great tracks, including Heavy Metal Thunder, the opening song on there, the title track, 20,000 Feet, and Dallas 1 p.m., the closer about JFK's assassination. So a lot of great tracks on both of here. And it's great too because they all have the same lineup, which is incredible, but also makes sense. They came out the same year. That would be kind of crazy if they didn't. But we have Biff Bifford on vocals, Graham Oliver on guitar, Paul Quinn on guitar, Steve Dawson on bass, and Pete Gill on drums. So yeah, incredible albums. But what of the two is the best? First and foremost, I think Wheels of Steel, like I said, kind of stands out as like this classic album for a lot of people. But I find that the guitar tone on Strong Arm of the Law is really stands out to me. It just has this kind of distorted grit to it. It sounds kind of messy. It sounds really just harsh on the ears, as opposed to Wheels of Steel's guitar tone is a little bit cleaner. But I really like that quite a bit on Strong Arm of the Law, and I think you can hear that like really clearly on To Hell and Back Again. Just listen to the intro of that song, and it's really stark, really I don't even know how to describe that guitar tone, but it's just so messy and really heavy, and I like it a lot. Going on from there, let's kind of go like with the tracks. You know, like I said, Wheels of Steel has a lot of classics. 747 Strangers in the Night is one of my favorite Saxon songs, if not my favorite Saxon song. It's so freaking good. And I think Machine Gun is great. I love the intro to that track as well. But overall, there's some songs on there that I don't really think about a lot, like See the Light Shining is not a song I come back to a lot. Same with Motorcycle Man, to be honest. That's just not a song I listen to a whole bunch. But there are some other great tracks in there, like Street Fighting Gang, that kind of get overlooked. Same with Freeway Mad. So 9 tracks, and they're all pretty solid. And then I think the thing I like the most about Strong Arm of the Law is that they really focus on the catchiness. And I will admit that does get a little grating. There's a lot, like each song, the chorus gets repeated like fucking 10 times, which is a little frustrating after a minute. But they're really good choruses. Like, they're really freaking catchy. Like 20,000 Feet, where the music just stops and you hear Biff go, at 20,000 feet, and then they just kick back into it. Oh my god. I fucking love that part. It's so freaking cool. I love Sixth Form Girls a lot. That is probably like, I listened to this record quite a bit, and that was like the song that really stuck out to me as like a really unique track. Love the chorus for that one as well. And the riffs are just insane. Love the riffing on this record. And yeah, I think Heavy Metal Thunder is just like such a definitive track, especially like coming out in this era, 1980. There was Ace of Spades that came out, there was Heaven and Hell that came out, and you got Heavy Metal Thunder is just one of those songs that sticks out to me as like, okay, this is the new wave of British heavy metal. This is an album that belongs here. You know what I mean? This is a band that needs to be here and be listened to. So I think that's great. And I also really like the title track on here. I think it's kind of underrated. Once again, chorus really sticks out to me. I think it's just a lot of fun to listen to, and it's a little bit more chill. Same with Hungry Years, kind of a bluesier track, so you're getting a little bit more difference, which I like quite a bit. As far as like openers go, Heavy Metal Thunder to me is just phenomenal. But then we have the problem of like title track, and that's kind of some of the things I'm going off of. And Wheels of Steel is just like, that is the song that got me into Saxon. I heard it and I thought it was freaking awesome. And then I saw him play live opening for Judas Priest, and I was like, oh shit, like this is freaking good. Like I loved it. And compared to Stronger Than the Law, which is so chill, it's not quite the same. Like Wheels of Steel just got that classic riff. But as far as like an album that I come back to more often than not, I would say it's Strong Arm of the Law. I just love this record, man. Anytime I'm like in the mood for Saxon, this is usually the CD that I put on. Like, I just love all the songs on it. And I just don't love all the songs of Wheels of Steel. That's kind of the problem. Like I said, I mean, Stand Up to Be Counted, 747 Strangers in the Night, and the title track are just so freaking good. But I listen to it and it gets a little grating after a while. Like, Free May Mad, See the Light Shining, Street Fighting Gang, like, that little chunk of songs is almost half the album, and I'm just kind of like, you know, these songs are good, but they're not great, you know, as opposed to Strong Arm of the Law. There's little chunks where I'm like, wow, this is really freaking good shit. I mean, Heavy Metal Thunder, To Hell and Back Again, Strong Arm of the Law, just back to back to back are just so damn good. And then like halfway through, you got 20,000 Feet, Sixth Form Girls, and Dallas 1 p.m. to close it off. I mean, it's just so good. So when it comes to the album versus album, my personal preference is Strong Arm of the Law. I love this record. I think both of these are absolutely phenomenal. I think both of them are worth a listen by far. I mean, these are in, you know, top 10 Saxon records for me. And they're classics within the heavy metal canon, classics within the new wave of British heavy metal. But yeah, for me, Strong Arm of the Law, man, that's the album for me. But I want to know what your guys' opinion is. Which of these two do you like best? What are your favorite tracks off the album? Do you agree with me, disagree with me, so on and so forth? But yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to talk about these two because I just love them so much. But yeah, let me know in the comments your opinions, and thank you guys so much for watching. Stay heavy, stay safe, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.